Jai Hind to everyone. Today I am going to give the lecture on subject web technology. Subject code is BCS 502. The topic that I am going to cover in this video is extensible stylesheet language, that is XSL. Basically it is used for the XML purpose. Uh, First of all, what is the XSL? This basically it is a extensible stylesheet language, and it is the language for the XML document. I think you are already aware about the CSS, cascading style sheet. It is for the HTML, but we need a separate style sheet language for the XML. So it is XSL is used for this purpose, and obviously it is the standard of W3C, and that we are going to use in my video. Whatever the instruction is, it is recommended by the W3C is there. Now, just have a comparison between XSL and CSS. Earlier, we learned about what is the CSS. CSS basically is the style sheet only for the HTML language. Generally, CSS is not used for the XML, even though you can use the CSS for the XML, but basically the CSS is for the HTML languages. The important for the HTML language, all the tags are predefined, like table tag is already predefined in the HTML. So browser know what is the meaning of the table tag, and therefore we can apply the CSS in the table tag easily. As such, there is no problem at the browser level. But in case of XML, we can define their own tags. The tags are not predefined, so we need a separate language to present the content of the XML to the audience. So here we can see CSS is basically it is for the HTML, and XSL is basically it is for the XML documents. Now just have a brief look about what is the XSL. Is does not use the predefined tags, and therefore meaning of each tag is not well understood. It is in case of XML. We already discussed HTML has the predefined tags, and XML is there is no predefined tags in the XML. So browser cannot understand what is the meaning of the particular tag. One of the example is, suppose meaning of table tag is table in HTML language, but the meaning of table tag in XML may be different. It can be a table, it can be a piece of furniture, it can be anything here. So if you use the table tag in the XML, whatever the meaning is defined by the XML creator, accordingly the browser will interpret it. So there is some differences in using the tags in the HTML. HTML has a predefined tags, and XML does not have a predefined tags. So we need to use a different way of presenting the content. So different way of presenting the content is XSL, Extensible Style Set, which is used basically designed for the XML documents. Let's go in detail about what is the XSL. So XSL has three parts. One is XSLT, that is, it is a language for the transforming XML documents. Second is XPath, it is a language for navigating in the XML documents. Then XSLFO, basically it is used for the formatting the language. So XSL has three format: XSLT, XPath, and XSLFO. Now, what is the XSLT? Basically, it is used for the transformation of XML in a different language, so that the browser can understand and display it properly. Basically, the XSLT is used to transfer XML document in the XHTML format. And this is the format that can be easily understood by the browser, and accordingly the content will be displayed in the browser. So basically XSLT transfer the XML document in a XML document, which is like a combination of HTML and XML. If you're talking about XHTML, it is just like we are including the HTML also, we are including the XML also. So with XSLT, you can add and remove elements, attributes to or from the output file. Not necessary to display all the content of the XML. It is your choice. You can put some condition and apply the condition to display the data of XML to the audience. So the common way to describe transforming process is to say that XSLT transforms an XML source tree into the XML result tree. So XML is basically it is a tree. So when we apply the XSLT in the XML, so it will again display a tree that will call as a result tree, and that will be displayed by the browser. Now, what is the XPath? The job of the XPath is just for the navigation purpose, because in the XML we have many labels. We have a root element, then we have again nested element, again we have some nested element. So there is kind of parent-child relationship. So move from one element to other element, we need to use the XPath. So it is used for the navigating through the elements of attributes and in the XML documents. So you can navigate through the attributes of the XML also. Like we have the attributes in the HTML tag, similarly we can have attributes in the XML tag also. So XPath is used to navigate through elements and attributes in the XML document. So in the transformation process, it is needed. So transformation is done by XSLT. So XSLT uses the XPath to navigate from one element to the other element. So it will navigate from source document and it will create like a predefined templates, or you can say create a result tree by which the browser can understand and display your content accordingly. So we can say this XSLT uses the XPath for the navigating of element of the XML. Now we are going to define the XSLT. So define the XSLT, we need to use XSL Stylesheet tag, or we can use XSL transform. It is your choice. You can take any one of the tags. You can use either Stylesheet or you can use either the transform. So starting is from the Stylesheet. Stylesheet has many attributes also. One attribute is version, and second attribute is XML namespace. And as for the namespace, here is the, or you can say, subname by which you will use this refer the XSL further. So it is subname is given, or you can say a kind of alias. We are giving XSL further in the XSL document. You will use the XSL with the help of this name, subname. So you can use either XSL Stylesheet or you can use either XSL transform. Now XSL namespace is the reference string. The browser will refer this string to understand the element of the XSL Stylesheet. Next, going with an example. It is an XML document. You can understand it is a XML language, and the root element is catalog. So basically, this is the XML file that consists of a list of movie titles. Or you can say it is a list of CDs, and each CD has some information related to the movie. For example, for the first CD, we can title, or you can say name of the movie is Lagan, the name of the artist and country as well as company name is given. We can write the CD price is 10.9 and 2001, it is the release date of this movie. So it is an XML, and this dot represent that there are a list of CDs. It is only example of one CD. We can have 50 number of CD and we can have 100 number of CD. That depends upon your choice. So catalog is the root element, and within the root element we have the many CDs, and each CD we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 information that will be part of related to one movie. Now for this XML, we want to develop an XSL so that we can display this information in a more or you can say more presentable format. So we need to use the Stylesheet. So here we have included the Stylesheet. It is the name of the tag, and name of the style is CD catalog and its extension is XSL. So we need to create this CD catalog.xsl so that it will display this XML in a very presentable format. Now we are going to look what is the CD catalog.xsl. This is the content of CD catalog.xsl. It is a type of XML plus HTML. Basically, more or less you can say it is also a type of XML format. So it will start from the XML, and we are going to write the style sheet. So starting of the style sheet is from XSL style sheet. Why we are using this XSL? Because it is the name space subname that we are going to use in XSL. Further, we are using the XSL. It is the reference string for the browser. So the first tag for the style sheet is style sheet. Next, we start the template. This is the starting of the template. This is the end of the template. In the template, we define the way we are going to display the content of the XML. So the template, we can start within the template. We are basically writing an HTML program, and we are using this match, and we are using this slash. The slash represents that when we navigate from the XML content, XML element, we should start from root element. So this is the purpose of the match. So we are generating a template. With the help of this template, your XML data will be processed. Same template will be applied for each CD, which for that we have given the information in the XML file. So in this template, we have written the HTML program. So starting of HTML, then we have used the body, then just information my CD collection, we just give the formatting of table. So basically we are going to display the content in a tabular format. So here we have a table, generated TR, table row, then we have a table header, title and artist. Now this part is important. This is basically the first table, table plus first row. So it will display like this one. So up to this first row has been displayed in a table, and next we have to navigate from each CD of the XML file. So we are using the for each. For each is the part of the style sheet, and we have to navigate from the catalog and from the CD. Catalog is the root element, then CD is the sub element of this catalog. So here you can see catalog is the root element, then CD is the sub element, or you can say child element of the catalog. From the CD onwards, we have to navigate all these elements. So the first information, this is the first CD. We are again generate a cell, and we are taking the value of this title. This is the title tag is already mentioned. Value of this title is Lagan. So next row will generate. It will display name of movie Lagan. Lagan has been displayed. Then second is again we are taking the value of artist. So in the artist, the name is Amir Khan. So we are taking Amir Khan. This is the first CD, end of the for loop, end of the table, and it will make a loop for all the CD. It will make the loop for all the CD. So if there is a one more CD is there, again, so it will again will be displayed here. If third CD is there, third CD information, again it will display here. So you can see that the XML data is formatted with the help of Stylesheet in a tabular format. If you are not using the XSL, the data of CD will not display in the tabular format. So the beauty of this XSL is to make your XML content in a formatted approach, and it is only possible with the help of Stylesheet that we are using, and we are using the element of XSL and we are combining the HTML. So when we combine the HTML with the XSL, we are able to display the XML data in a very tabular and very pleasant way. Now it is working for one CD. It is working for 100 CD. It is working for 200 CD also. There is no problem. Only one program is working for all the CDs which are available in this XML file. What you have to do, only create a XSL file. In this case, the name of the XSL file is CD catalog, and you need to include this XSL file in your XML file. So what you have to do, you have to run this XML file. When you run this XML file in your browser, it will refer this XSL file. Content will not display like this way. Content will display in the tabular format. So this is XSL, by which we can display the content in a very pleasant way, XML content in a very pleasant way on the browser. So next is just an explanation. So Stylesheet, again, it is a type of XML file. So it will start from the XML, and we need to generate a template for the XSL. So we are using XSL template. This match slash indicates that we are navigating from the root element, and when the template is generated, then same template will be applied for the each subset of the element of the XML file. Now, this value of, to take the value from the element of XML file, we are using the value of instruction of the XSL. So basically it is used to get, or you can say extract the value from the element of the XML, or you can say tag of the XML. Next, for each. So for each, basically it is a looping. Suppose we have a 10 CD, we have a 20 CD, we have a 30 CD. So no need to write for separate template for each CD. There is a one template which will work for all the remaining CDs, all the 20 CD, 30 CD, whatever the quantities available in the XML file. So to loop from each CDs, to loop from each element, we are using the for each construct of the XSL. So it will provide the looping approach, looping power in the Stylesheet. Now you can also make a filter of the content. So earlier it will display all the artists. Suppose I want to display only the artist of Amir Khan. So we can apply some filtering approach also. So we use the for each, then we use the select, and we are going to select the navigation. That is, catalog is the root element, then CD. In the CD, we want some filtering approach. We want to put some condition. So here the condition is artist is the name of the tag, and this Amir Khan is the value of that tag. So whenever this condition will be fulfilled, this loop will be continue, otherwise loop will be break. Now there may be many different types of condition. It can be equal to condition, it can be not equal to condition, it can be less than, and it can be greater than. And remember, in the XML, try to use this entity reference instead of using less than symbol or greater than symbol. So this ampersand LT, basically it is a less than symbol, ampersand GT is a basically it is a greater than symbol. Now we can use the if statement also. We have to select the navigation. Navigation start from catalog and CD. Then we have the if statement, and then apply the test. So we want to display all the information where the price is greater than 10. Here you can see we are using the entity reference, not using the greater than symbol, because the XML, some symbols become illegal for the browser. Generally less than symbol become illegal because less than symbol is also here. So it is better to use the entity reference instead of the actual symbol. So this if statement we can also apply in the looping. So it will make a more filter. We can apply the many conditions here. So here is the condition is, it will display the content, it will display the title and artist where the price is greater than 10. Otherwise, those items will not display. So how easy it is to apply the Stylesheet. In this XSL, with the help of XSL, we can apply the styles in the XML also. So it is the end of the for loop. Now, when we apply the XSL in the XML, result is XHTML. What is XHTML? Extensible Hypertext Markup Language, and it is basically the combination of HTML and XML. So, XHTML consists of all the elements in the HTML combined with the strict syntax of the XML. So, XHTML is the result of applying the CSS style sheet into the XML, and this basically it is a good for displaying the data of the XML. XHTML can be utilized applications like scripts and applets that rely upon either the HTML document data object model as well as XML data object model. So, when we apply the style sheet in the XML, a result language is XHTML, which is more compatible for the browser to display the data in a very presentable format on the browser. Thank you very much. Thanks.